Hi everybody, how are you doing today? This is just a quick follow-up video to the previous one. I hope you watched the cabbage harvest video. Since we went through all this trouble to harvest the cabbage, let's preserve it in some way. I'm gonna make a simple sauerkraut, which is fermented cabbage. So let's start by chopping it. I'm just using a knife and a chopping board, which is the easiest solution. Obviously, you can buy some gadgets online on Amazon or some other shops if you want. But I think the knife is the easiest way. Just remember to slice the cabbage as thinly as you possibly can. It's gonna make better sauerkraut. I'm just putting all that cabbage in a glass container. I should have really used something bigger, which you will appreciate in a minute or two. But that's the best I could get at the moment. As you can see, I'm trying to leave only the core of the cabbage, trying to cut all the rest and use it. It's a bit tedious job, but it is well worth the trouble. I could only fit about 1.5 kilo of cabbage in this container, and to that I'm just adding table salt. I'm using pink Himalayan salt. The normal white table salt would be better, but that's all I have at the moment. Just mix it very well, squash it. The more you squash it, the better. It's gonna start releasing all the juices. At this stage you can try to add some herbs or spices like cumin seeds, dill seeds maybe, chili. I'm just using the simplest way. I can use the cabbage later on for other recipes, so I don't want to mix too many flavors in it. You can also add some shredded carrots or beetroot for color, but I'm just gonna stick with the simple one. And now we're just gonna need to load the jars. I'm using, I think they are 1 liter jar. Just put part of the cabbage in a jar and try to tap it down as hard as you can. The less air pockets you're gonna leave inside, the better. You'll notice that the cabbage is already releasing lots of juice, so there's no need to add any water, any brine. This cabbage and salt is enough, and just repeat the process until the jar is full, or as full as possible. Just remember not to load the jars all the way to the top, because when the fermentation process starts, it's gonna expand a bit, so some of the liquid gonna come from the top. As you can see here, we're getting lots of cabbage juice already. There's no need to add any extra brine. It's quite a juicy vegetable. I am gonna put a piece of cabbage leaf on top of the jar. Just push everything under the surface level of the brine. That's gonna help with the fermentation. You can use anything really you want, some glass weights, stone maybe, a pebble, anything will do. and just lightly close the jar. Don't close it all the way, just leave a tiny gap so all the gases can escape, and that's all there is to it. And now just repeat the process with the second jar. So as you can see, from 1.5 kilo of shredded cabbage, I got 2 1-liter jars of sauerkraut. And when you are all done, just put the jars on some type of tray to catch all the spillage and leave it in a room temperature for at least a week. You can taste the cabbage if it's ready, and after that you can store it for long term in the fridge. Enjoy!